Hello, welcome to Prequel, Sequel, Requel, the show where we pick a film or a franchise and give it a prequel, a sequel, and a requel with a panel of comedians. We're not going to mess about tonight. We're going to do The Princess Bride, so I'm going to bring our panel in one at a time straight away this evening. First of all, is here as always, it's Eddie French. Hello, Eddie.
Hello, Chris. How you doing? You all right?
I'm all right, apart from that first bit where I say you're all right, and I think, is the audio going to work? But it does every time.
No, it's all good. It's it's as you wish.
As you wish, yes. A bit of
as you wish.
A bit of a phrase from the film. If you've not seen The Princess Bride, we'll give you a recap in a minute if you've not seen it in a while. But should we bring the rest of our panel in this evening?
Let's fill the party up.
I feel it's going to be a good one tonight in the water. I can feel it in my bones. So let's bring our next regular panelist in. It's Natalie Smeet, and here she is, all the way from Lush, where she works. Shouldn't give that away, shouldn't I? Every time.
It's too late now.
You might get some stock.
We do every other week.
We
Drop
do.
me in it. Drop me right in it now.
Well, you're all right, Nat. How's your week been?
I'm good. I'm lovely. Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. I've had a great week. It's been lovely. My birthday was yesterday. Where's my
happy birthday.
Where's my
Sorry,
cake,
yes.
mate?
Yeah. I ate it earlier. I actually it was yesterday your birthday, so it's over. Get over it. Basically.
Yeah.
Stop going on about it.
Just move on.
If you're stuck in the past, Nat, that's not going to be good for you.
And
do you remember when it was my birthday?
We never ask a lady her age. So how old are you?
Oh, we're 27. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Just joking. Right, let's bring our last guest in tonight. It's a special guest this evening. It's I'm going to say an improv legend tonight. We've got a comedy improv legend in the room with us. I can't believe we've managed to get her out of a busy schedule. I've spared no expense whatsoever to get her here tonight. You ready for this? It's Maggie Nolan.
Oh,
hello, Maggie.
Hey.
You all right?
I'm all right, thanks.
Good. Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. Did you like your intro?
I loved it. I was really giggling to myself.
I like to big our guests up, the ones who are coming in who aren't here every time, like these
and
two.
that no one's ever heard of. Yeah, good.
Everybody's heard of you. You're a legend on the improv circuit. We've got comments already. In fact, we've already got comments off Facebook. Thanks for joining us on Facebook. Let's get straight in. We've already got some comments. Let's do a few of these. Hi all. Hello, Bob.
Hey, Bob. How you doing?
Bob's our friend who comes in every time, Maggie. These will be new for you. Then we got Roberto is here. Roberto's in every week with us here.
Hi,
commenting
Roberto.
on things. He's got a picture up this week as well. He must be getting over his shyness. We've got Emily.
Hello.
Hi, Emily.
Hello. We've got happy birthday for Nat there as well.
Thank you, Bob.
That's
Thank
kind.
you very much.
Birthday, Nat.
Happy birthday. It's going to be the birthday
you.
show tonight. Oh, my God.
Thank you,
And,
everybody. Hello,
We've
Gemma.
got Gemma. Hello, Gemma. But she didn't wish you happy birthday, Gemma, though, because she's not like you, Nat. So, anyway.
All right. I know Gemma's busy.
Gemma's just keeping it real. She's not playing into. Hello.
There we go.
Hey.
Hi, Jade.
See, you are famous, Maggie. I knew you were. I knew you were famous.
Last week's guest, Jade Fernley, in the comments there.
And I think Jade enjoyed it as well, so she can vouch for it. She can't vouch now, obviously, unless she puts a comment vouching for it. So I don't know why I said it, but she'll vouch for it. It was a good time. We had a laugh, especially Nat's impression last week, which we'll get to do later.
I don't think anyone would ever beat my Bob Hoskins impression ever.
Anyway, for those who've never watched the show before, we're watching on Facebook. Basically, we do pick a film. Our panelists here will come up with a prequel for it, a sequel for it, and a reboot or a remaster, which we call a requel. They get a minute on each round to do each one of those, and then the other panelists can ask them a question to try and put them on the spot about their film. I think that made sense. I think it did. So we'll get on with it. So The Princess Bride is tonight, and we'd also, later on, we're going to be asking the audience to give us a new subtitle for a Jurassic Park film, just for a bit of fun at the end. We'll see if anybody does that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So we'll see how that goes. But just a little extra for that little extra 15 minutes at the end. So that's nice. So what I like to do at the start of each show is read you a quick back of the box from The Princess Bride to remind everybody what we're about if you haven't seen it in a while. And for tonight, I just thought of this now. I might read it as none other than Peter Falk, who plays the grandfather, because I do an impression of Columbo and I never get to do it, and they all ridicule me. So I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Go on. Even though
it's going to be awful.
Even though he doesn't do the Columbo voice as
I know,
the
but
grandfather.
I'm going to do it as Columbo. Don't both people go. Right, you ready for this?
Go on.
From celebrated director Rob Reiner and Oscar winner screenwriter William Goldman comes an enchanting fantasy film with, I shouldn't have bothered, with adventure, romance, and plenty of good-hearted fun. Featuring a spectacular cast, this wonderful fairy tale about a princess named Buttercup is a real dream of a movie. Enjoy it as you wish.
Lieutenant Columbo, what does your wife think of The Princess Bride?
Oh, my wife's never seen The Princess Bride. She just sits at home all day. There is just one more thing. Never mind. We won't do any more of that tonight. So you're getting some abuse, Maggie, now from Jade. Get out now, Maggie.
That's not abuse. That's advice.
Not abuse, that's a warning. That's
I see. I thought she was just being hostile.
No, she's been here before.
I read everything the wrong way, me.
Maggie arrives on the screen. Hi, everyone. Oh, it's nice to be here. Get out.
Get out.
Just
Get out.
really odd reaction.
And I'm getting abuse. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's definitely abuse. You know.
Yeah, that is abuse. Yeah.
That was a great Rod Stewart. So we've got Gemma saying she's not seen The Princess Bride either, but that's okay. I'm sure you'll get the gist of it as we go with everybody's prequel sequels, because they'll be mentioning characters. We'll go over them. So I think we should crack straight on tonight, because I think it's gonna be a good one. So what we'll do first, we'll go to our prequels. Let me get my little banner up.
Get your banner up. Get it up.
Getting a bit better with this every time. There we go. Princess Bride prequels. I'm going to put a minute on the clock for everybody. Not at the same time. That'd be ridiculous. Everybody go now. Be like, what? Right, Eddie, I'm going to let you go first after you've took a big
Thank
gulp.
you.
There we go. I'm going to get you a minute on the clock. So everybody listening, I'm going to make some notes to do the recaps. Are you ready?
Heads up, Maggie. Notes are never good.
Graceful. Dead air, that was. Thanks, Nat.
I'm expecting positives galore.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Right, away you go, Eddie. Do your prequel.
The prequel is called Dread Pirate Inc. Clive Roberts is a geek. No one likes him, and he decides to become a pirate. However, he's rubbish at it, so he spends a lot of time, instead of becoming a better pirate, building rumours about himself and all about the Dread Pirate Roberts, leading him to be so feared that he never actually has to do any genuine pirating. So much is his legend set in stone. So he just turns up, I'm the Dread Pirate Roberts. People go, oh yeah, he is. So he just, never gets challenged. Such is the power of rumor. However, someone called Cummerbund, yes, his name is Cummerbund, trains very hard and confronts him, wanting to become king of the pirates. Roberts, realizing that he's definitely outmatched, offers Cummerbund a deal, and he accepts. And thus the legend of the Dread Pirate Roberts is born. I thank you, Liz.
Okay. She was bang on a minute as well. Well done. Right then. So that's Eddie's prequel. So Maggie and Nat, you're able to ask Eddie some questions now. You're allowed a question each about his epic. See if you can put him on the spot. See if you can find any holes in his watertight description there.
Mm-hmm.
So away you go.
So I do have a question about casting, actually.
All right.
So you mentioned you mentioned the name of one of the characters was Cummerbund. Would you be potentially casting Bandersnatch Cummerbund, the famous British Sherlock actor, as Cummerbund, as their names are very similar and often mixed up?
Well, I took the name Cummerbund from the original film, which was one of the names listed. There was a guy called Ryan who was Dread Pirate Roberts, and a guy called Cummerbund. I wouldn't be opposed to it, although I think it would be extra funny if Martin Freeman was playing the role, because then people would just go, what? And that's always better for me.
Okay.
When I cast all my, they go, when I cast my films, that's how I do it. All the films I cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've cast a lot that I've done that with. Yeah.
I've cast so many films. I'm amazed. I was going to say I'm amazed I'm not doing one now. Technically, I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Maggie, have you got a question for Eddie?
I loved it. I thought it made complete sense. I felt like it was logical. It's the story that needs to be told.
You might not. If it's logic you're after, you might not enjoy my other ones, but that's fine.
there must be something you can ask him though about it, to try and put him
I'm
on
just
the spot.
thinking. Right. So I'm trying to be a bit. I need to be a bit critiquey. Stop being so positive.
Sure.
Right. Okay. I wonder. Does it sound like a bit of a boy movie? There doesn't seem to be any strong female characters. Sounds a bit maybe like a Rambo remake.
It's not quite as testosterone as Rambo, but I do take your point. There are no female characters in here, but we could certainly include. I mean, I am not opposed to changing the character of Cummerbund to a woman and having the Dread Pirate Roberts have been a female pirate for a length of time as well. Such is rumor that if we're dealing with the level of rumor that he set up. There's it could be like Orlando, just suddenly in the middle of it wake up, different gender now, don't matter.
Brilliant.
Okay,
sorry,
right.
Pirate tag. Sorry, not sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah. All right.
So yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah. No, I'm happy with that.
I never realised Eddie was so sexist actually until.
Who would you cast?
I'm wildly.
If you're casting a female, then which female would you have in the role? It's an obvious
female for Cummerbund. Jennifer Lawrence has sort of had her day for that kind of thing. I don't think she'd be interested in retreading it. Let me think.
I bet she'll be.
I don't know. It could be a little bit Katniss for her, so I don't want to do that again. She's definitely watching. She's watching, pretending to be an Italian man. That's what she does. I think 11 from Stranger Things.
Bobby.
By the time we get round to it, she'll be sort of getting on for 20-ish, so she'll be an adult person.
Right, okay.
Roberto's got you all weighed up, Eddie. Roberto knows.
I'm maniac. I'm maniac. It's true. I'm maniac.
You are a maniac. Oh, what's he going to do next?
Well, yes, last week you were disappearing, weren't you? You kept disappearing off screen.
Oh, yeah, sliding, yeah.
Oh, we had a lot of fun with that.
This week I'm far too warm. I'm sorry. I must be all glistening.
It wasn't as fun as Nat's impression though of Bob.
No, that was.
We look forward to later in the show. Yeah. So let's move on then. We're going to go to Nat's prequel now.
Okay.
We thought we'd ease you in and let you go last for the first section, Maggie, just so you can see what these nutters do. As Roberto's obviously pointed out, it could all go south at any minute. I don't know where he's getting this from. It was quite rational, all of it. Right then, Nat, I'm going to put you a minute on the clock. You ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready.
Away you go now.
Miracle Max and Valerie are a newly wedded couple just starting out. Max gets a job at the castle as the king's doctor and does well for a while. As the prince grows up, though, Max realizes he is becoming evil. The prince asks Max to create monsters like screaming eels to release into the sea and the rodents of unusual size for the fire swamp. At first, Max thinks they are to protect the kingdom, but he soon discovers the prince is feeding people to them for fun. When Max tells the king, the prince has him and Valerie arrested and put on the machine in the pit of despair, which, still in production and not working properly, ages them physically when it steals their life force. He then has them fired, makes them old and kicks them out of town, and they vow to get their revenge.
Oh. Very nice, very nice. You've actually put some effort in at these tonight. I can't believe it.
It's amazing what happens when I enjoy the film more than just okay. Oh, yeah, I really like these characters. I better give them something good to do. We
won't talk about Avatar Gate tonight. Everybody hated it.
Or indeed the Mario Brothers film, which apparently we had less of a visceral reaction to than Avatar.
Yeah. You'd rather sit
through. Mario Brothers is a bit crap, isn't it? Whereas then they go Avatar. What a festering pile of shit! It's just
it really was.
So angry.
And we just hated on it for a whole hour, didn't we?
So bad. Yeah. Anyway,
right then, questions then, Maggie and Eddie for Nat. Just fire away when you've got them. Don't be shy.
I really liked it. That was my prequel that I started writing because I was like, they're the couple that their story needs to be told because they're so good. So I loved it, and I loved the thought of them like being youthful before they had their age imposed upon them. Let me think. What could we have as a question? Who would you have playing the young versions of the characters?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a huge Billy Crystal fan, so obviously my brain immediately is like, Billy Crystal would be Miracle Max before he got all the prosthetics, but he's retired now, you know, he might have had enough, maybe he doesn't want to do that. So maybe we could go completely left field and get somebody like really serious in the role instead and make it a more gritty sort of drama. So maybe like Joaquin Phoenix, like, but have it like being like a really serious, like dystopian, like attack on the Prince's society. I'm making this up as I go along.
You could have just said it like the Joker.
So Joaquin Phoenix, maybe, and
he just stops occasionally to dance.
Yes, yeah.
He just stops to dance, and
he makes other evil like animals as well. You know, things like
cool.
like the squirrels of unusual viciousness, who are after more than just nuts. Well, they're after a different type of nuts. Maybe stuff like that, but they only get rich people's nuts. Yeah, and I would never, ever recast Valerie as anyone other than the actress who plays her because she's
Carol Kane,
legend.
Fantastic.
Amazingly good.
I've got to say, after watching this again, I forgot how many good people were in it, actually. It's a very good cast, this film.
The cast is solid. Peter Cook's in it. I mean,
Peter Cook.
I know, yeah.
There's that many brilliant people in it. I forgot to write an entire prequel, sequel, or requel around Peter Cook's character. That's how many good things there are in this that I got distracted.
I honestly thought you'd have gone that way as well, you with Peter Cook.
I know. I love Peter Cook so much, and I didn't.
Good. Okay.
No edge. I'll do that, and that'll have to do.
Have you got a question, Eddie, for Nat? That was the end of that question, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Just checking. I lose myself sometimes. No, I just, I won't like being up. Like, was that the end? I was like, no, Oh, was that the end? Oh, finished. Eddie.
So if you're going to be having, well, Carol Kane, and also Billy Crystal's going to be playing his older self, like the older version. Are you writing a script, or are you just going to let them sort of putz around until you've got stuff you can just put together?
Cool.
Because it seems
classic actors who
their dialogue was all improvised, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, they do a lot of improvisation.
It felt improvised because it sounded like the bits it sounded like the good version of Robin Williams bits from Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. Sort of slightly too hip, slightly too modern, a little bit, A mutton, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. It's kind of,
You've lost me, but I'm just going to nod, and then I'm going to say.
Eddie always seems to reference like the most obscure films that people haven't seen in a while. I don't know why that happens.
Tim Curry plays Pollution. Anyway, in
answer to the question.
You wait and you wait. You wait until I get to my factoid about Andre the Giant. Right?
You look like Andre the Giant, that close to camera.
Yeah.
Why don't you get one of your meaty hands out? I love Andre the Giant. I loved seeing him in this again. Oh, it's a really good documentary about Andre the Giant. If nobody's seen it, it's called Andre.
No, there's a really good documentary on Netflix about Rubik's Cube competitive Rubik's Cube. It's about 40 minutes long. It's really, really good. You just reminded me of a good documentary, so I thought I'd share one. Anyway,
and this is the guy that juggles with the Rubik's cubes and completes them as he juggles.
Oh wow!
I mean, that's obscene. I've seen that. It's amazing.
These are the speed completers, and there's a world record for completing one with your feet and one-handed and stuff like that. Anyway, it's a really good documentary. It's really good.
My eldest brother used to be able to do the Rubik's Cube really fast. They were very good at it, our Andrew, but I could do. Do you remember the Rubik's clock? Do you remember that little piece of history? I could do that really fast, but nobody's ever heard of it. Like I've just proved then.
Yeah, sure.
So I picked the one that nobody would remember. I picked the one I was really good at. It was like, it had 4 clock faces, and you had handles on side. Forget it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Rubik's clock.
No.
Rubik's, if you're watching, who makes them? Who makes Rubik's?
Mr. Rubik.
Don't know. Right, that was a
Herman
question, and that was a question answered. Those questions were answered, I think.
Are you trying to make a catchphrase for yourself? That was a question, and that was a question answered. Let's go on to the sequels.
No, I'm just reminding myself of where we are. Right then, so it's Maggie's turn. Maggie's prequel. Are you ready for this? I'll give you an extra 10 seconds because it's your first one.
Oh well, it might be brief, so don't worry about it.
I'm not doing that anyway. I'm blind. Right, right. I've got you a minute on the clock.
Kid, he's going to kick off if you do.
I'm going to start you now.
Okay, so Vizzini is a deeply spiritual messiah, and he's a young man in his village. So Vizzini's the little bald guy that comes on the boat to take the princess away. He's very sexy and a ladies' man, and basically they all say that he needs to start his own religion, and he agreed to impregnate all the women of his village to spread his religious doctrine and ensure his family line. So he's going to impregnate all these women, and then they're going to head off all over the world to spread his genetics and his words of religion. However, a young, beautiful witch comes to the town and falls in love with Vizzini, who falls in love back. Vizzini's love of himself and his desire to continue his legacy makes him cheat, and the beautiful witch curses his, can I say penis?
Oh!
You can't really expect that response.
Not on this show, you may not speak the penis. You go, sorry.
His penis to shrink down really small, and his balls to turn to stone, and he shall never sire a child. So he goes off, and to compensate, he gets himself a giant, like men that get big cars, and he goes and he leaves the village heartbroken and full of bitterness to go and start his life of crime. And the title of the film is Inconceivable.
Oh,
Nice.
Very good. Inconceivable.
Nice.
I was trying to keep up with the notes there. I think I got most of it. I'll do
you did.
I'll do a recap after everybody's gone. So, questions first of all, though. Eddie and Nat, questions for Maggie there. Have you got anything? Yeah, go on then.
You going first, Eddie?
He usually does, unless you can jump in and cut him off.
I normally do, yeah. But...
Unless you can jump in and cut him off.
It's the witch I'm interested in. I'd love to know what other curses she can do. Like, what are her top 3 curses other than shrinking men's penises and balls?
Okay, so she can shrink the genitalia.
Mm-hmm.
She can also take away all your vocabulary so that you can barely string a sentence together.
Okay.
She can make all your family go off you and stop returning your calls. And she can also just make exits on the motorway disappear. So you just thought you were going to come off, and it's just gone.
Oh,
that's the best one. That's
curses.
a great one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a complaint about the penis.
Oh, the shrunken penis.
We do apologise here on Prequel Secret Requel for that kind of language. It won't happen again this evening. It's all right. You can say what you want. I thought you were going to say it.
I'm sorry, Mother Superior Lumb. What was that?
You can say what you want. If there's any kids watching, send them to bed. We always say that. Don't let them watch.
We're terrible sorry you had to hear that. We really are.
My children use the word penis all the time.
We were joking. Yeah. It's fine. Say what you want. Say what you want on here. We don't care.
I'm very
but you're
correct.
Yeah, but your children are both urologists, so that makes total sense.
They're like little Doogie Houses, but in the urology.
Yeah. They're just going around going, just looking at charts and discussing kidneys.
We've actually got some votes going on already in the thing. Hang on.
Wow.
Whoa, all right. Wait a minute. Right. So what happens now then? Everybody watching on Facebook, you can vote for your favourite one you've heard. I'm going to give everybody a quick recap though on what you've heard to catch up. Vote as you want in there. And also, then we'll vote in the room for each other's. We can't vote for ourselves. So here we go. The recaps with this. So prequels. Eddie's was about Dread Pirate Roberts, who was creating rumors, legends, spreading them around. And then a guy called Cumberbund trains with him, but he's better than Dread Pirate Roberts. And then they strike a deal for him to take over the guise of Dread Pirate Roberts. Is that right?
And thus the legend is born.
And the legend is born. Not bad. Okay, very good. Nats was about Miracle, Max, and Val. Just put Val. We've got that kind of relationship. They both take a job at the castle. The prince asks them to create monsters that he can spread around all the various places that we see in the original film for fun. And so he's killing people for fun and all that with them. Then the two get arrested and thrown on the age machine, and it sends them old. Then sends them old.
Oh, it's all so exciting.
And then the vow the revenge on. I've got to write these while you're talking. It's very difficult. It's not easy. This.
Apparently it is.
And then they vow revenge on the prince. That's all right, isn't it? Okay, Maggie's. Here we go. This is a longer one. Right, this was about Vicini. Okay, right. He's a kind of a messiah figure. He's in the village. He's a sexy ladies' man, and he takes it upon himself, I think, to impregnate. Or they all say you've got to impregnate all the women in the village, and then they're going to spread you words about religion around everywhere. But then a witch turns up, falls in love with her. They fall in love together, true love, all that business. Then he cheats on her because he can't obviously keep it in his pants, even though he gets a curse of a tiny penis and stone balls. So he gets a giant to compensate, like you do with a car. And then the title's Inconceivable. I think that was right. Yeah. Okay. So everybody on Facebook, vote away now. You've heard all the prequels there. Get voting, and we'll vote in the room as well. So what do we think?
I'm going to vote for Nat because Max and Val are wonderful, and I would love to see more of them.
Thank you.
I'm going to vote for Nat as well because I really like those characters.
I'm going to vote for Nat as well for the same reason.
Thank you very much. I think that just
sweep
because
of the board so far.
I would not have seen Vicini as a sex symbol and then his curse coming. I'm going to vote for Maggie because that it just wasn't a character I expected to have a backstory for, and I feel complete now. I know it. So yeah,
it really does add a depth because all he does for his brief part of the original film is talk about how clever he is and how smart he is and how he's a cerebral man. He's not a man of action. He's not a man. And so to have had him a man of the action and then he has to start relying on that's good. I like that.
Yeah. Right. Cool. Let's see the votes online. Then we've got. I was vote for Maggie, but she ruined it with the small penis. Now I have choice of cat and maniac. The Italian vote for cat.
Why are you called
Thank you, Roberto.
Because we think his keys don't work properly on his keyboard because every time he types Nat, it says cat. So even though it's the other side of the keyboard, we think he's.
It is, yeah. They're not next to each other.
Thank you, Roberto. Thank you.
Daniel's here. Hello, Daniel. Haven't seen you for a while. I vote for Eddie Rambo. There you go, Eddie. You're on the board, Eddie. You're on the board. You got to vote.
I'm on the board.
He's on the board. Control to play for in this game.
I've got a nut.
Nats from Emily. Agree. No bad. Yeah, true.
Thank you, Emily.
2. You're on the 5. I'm using Roman numeral counting system this evening. Just
it's very nice.
Much easier for me. Nice. Okay, I thought it was a vote, but it's not. I won't even read that. I won't even give him the time of day. Maggie's had the best title, but you've already voted for Nats. You've already voted for Nats, so you can't redeem yourself now. You voted against her. Gemma's voted for Maggie. Sounds filthy. Go on, Gemma. Yes, it does.
I like the way Gemma thinks that the penis shrinking scene lasts about an hour. just really, really close up, really.
I think it was more the
anatomical
dragging around the town, wasn't it, that she was going for that?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that bit as well that you forgot about. Maggie, for you, Bob. There we go.
Thanks, Bob.
Okay, well, that was close, that one. But in the lead with 5 votes for this round is Nat.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Well done. Yeah, very good. Okay, yeah, well done there. Give you a quick round of applause. Right, cool, excellent. Let's move on to the sequels. No messing about tonight. We'll get straight on them. Princess Bride sequels. I even remembered to put the thing over as well tonight because usually I forget. So that's nice. You know, the next banner, because usually it just says prequels all the way through. So I've remembered that now.
It does, yeah.
Everybody comes on and goes,
Well done.
Thank you very much. That's very nice of you all to say that. You sarcastic bastards. Right, sequels then, same idea, 1 minute pitches. Why would I change? Why would I change the rules? Why did I say that? Different rules this time. You've got 5 minutes each, and then you're gonna not comment on anything. You know, it's all the same. It's same. We know what we're doing now. So sequels, Nat, you're going to go first this time. Don't forget, if you're on Facebook, we're also asking for Jurassic Park title suggestions for the end of the show tonight, just to have a bit of fun at the end, if you've not had any so far. So, Nat, you're up. Let's get you a minute on the clock. You ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready.
Away you go for your sequel.
Thank you. Okay. Inigo Montoya has become the dread pirate Roberts, and Fezzik has become his trusty second in command. They roam the high seas, looting ships and finding treasure, but not killing anyone because they're quite nice. Buttercup and Wesley tag along for their honeymoon, where Buttercup, the most irritating character in the first film, is tragically killed in a freak jet ski accident. Wesley goes mad with grief and decides to take his pirate title back and becomes a proper baddon. He pushes Fezzik and Inigo overboard and begins throwing rocks at seagulls and mocking jellyfish for being floppy. The creatures of the sea decide that mad Wesley, mad pirate Roberts, has to go, as depression among sea-dwelling invertebrates is up by 70% due to his callous bullying. All manner of sea creatures attack the ship. They kill Wesley, they plop Inigo and Fezzik back on board, and then they have a massive party and get shit-faced. The end. There you go.
Okay. It's going to be an interesting recap, put it that way. Questions then for Nat there from Maggie and Eddie. Get in quickly, Maggie, if you're going to, before Eddie starts talking. He's thinking about it right now. I'll just let him go.
Don't put me under pressure. I can't do it if you do that.
Just let him go then. You've got to get in quick or leave him to it. He's thinking already.
Yeah, I'm thinking and therefore not talking.
Oh, okay. You feeling all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's kicking off in that top corner.
Sorry, Maggie. This is what happens when we have a guest on. Chris starts showing off.
Oh.
Trying to make it look like you are. So, anyway.
Just trying to make everybody have a nice time, that's all.
Yeah. It's not fun unless everyone's having fun. Okay?
Oh, sorry, Eddie. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Eddie. Please enlighten us.
I've got a question.
Cool.
It's quite a male-dominated movie, so we lose Buttercup quite quickly.
Yes, we do, because she's really irritating.
So the first one is quite a romantic film, so people coming in for the sequel might want a bit more romance. So are you thinking about any maybe like sexy subplots for the other characters?
Well, I think that there's a lot of scope for that amongst the sea creatures. So, Inigo and Andre the Giant's character, is it, what's his name again? Fezzik. Do get plopped into the sea for a while after Wesley goes mad. And I think it's probably them that discover the percentage rate of depression in the invertebrates and potentially help them to attack the ship. So maybe we could see sort of like a jellyfish, Fezzik sort of romance potentially, where he finally finds his one true love, and maybe a Portuguese man of war becomes the jellyfish for him. I think that would be beautiful.
I like it.
Although Inigo is Spanish and they are the natural enemy of the Portuguese, so that should be
then it's all the better. It's bringing
boundaries.
Romeo and Juliet, isn't it? Yeah. Star-crossed. There would be star-crossed fish and man lovers.
Yes.
Well, so
starfish lovers.
Okay. The only question I have is an addendum to that. At one point where Fezzik is proper doing it to some jellyfish, does he say, "This is unusual, I normally do this with more than one," like he does when he's fighting? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a nice little nod, and everyone go, oh, he did that with the fighting, but this time he is.
Well, it's going to be slightly different, you see.
Proper getting up a fish.
It's going to be different because normally, because he's so big in because he's so big in comparison to people, it does take not just more than one fight, but more than one woman to satisfy him on land. But because the Portuguese man of war jellyfish has got such long tendrils, they can wrap themselves around him several times, and he can feel like he's all man for one jellyfish.
I'm sorry for using the word tendrils.
I'm sorry for using that word in that way. That's not how I meant it.
Fruitful word.
I know. And they get everywhere.
So that wasn't a question, was it? That wasn't a question, really. That was just you adding to a...
That was my addendum to it. That was a question.
You're allowed an addendum.
It was actually a suggestion. It was a suggestion in the form of a question.
You're right. It's in there. It's in the rule book.
Yeah.
Fine. Right, cool. Let's move on. Okay, Maggie.
Chris, that's so sad. You're right, Chris.
I'm fine, a bit hurtful that Eddie decided to, I'll be all right though. The show must go on. Everybody always says that. The show must go on. I just didn't think I'd have to deal with that. You know what I mean?
That was a lot of emotional pressure.
Does everyone remember what I said about we've got a guest, so Chris is showing off?
I do this every fucking week, you cheeky bastard. Just watch any of the other videos. I'm like this every time, just talking.
Oh, you'll get used to me. I'm like this all the time. Oh.
Right.
We call it the madhouse in here.
Oh, we're nuts. Oh, look at all comments. Look, I mean, there we go again. Sick.
Just don't use Sharon's coffee cup. She'll fucking have you for it.
We're not even drunk. We should drink in here.
I know.
They'll get infected in the film.
We should all just get absolutely.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Rat-assed in here next time.
Do a drunk one. That minute rule will last a long time.
It's like them Edinburgh shows, though, isn't it? Drunk Prov. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Drunk Shakespeare. Yeah.
Yeah. Just do a show without. Just do a show without getting drunk.
I don't know.
That would have been one that worked for the Irish voice, wouldn't it? Just do a show without getting drunk, for Christ's sake. They'll say for Christ's sake. They probably do because they use his name all the time, though. Right then, so let's get on with this. So sequels, we're on Maggie's. I'm going to put you a minute on the clock.
Go on, Maggie. Go on.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Away you go.
Okay, so Fred Savage awakes the next morning and prepares for his grandfather to come and read to him because he says he's going to read to him the next day. When he doesn't show, he goes to his house and finds red bills, like gas, phone, electric bills everywhere, and poker chips are all over the floor. Fred Savage realizes he needs to go to Vegas to try and win his grandfather back from the house. A high roller, Fred Savage wins lots of games using skills he learned from the book. So he does like the cup trick that he learned with moving the cups around. He strangleholds a bouncer. And when he finds his granddad's actually nearly dead, but manages to get some bellows and blow air into him. And as the final twist, Fred Savage was never really ill. When he was ill in bed, getting read to, his granddad had been Munchausening him so that they could bond. And the name of this one is Princess Bride 2 Back in the Habit.
What a dark twist. Oh, my God.
That's amazing.
Ouch.
I also love that you used Munchausen as a verb. That's very pleasing. I Munchausen, you Munchausen, he Munchausen.
That was a bit dark. All right. Cool. Right then. Just before we go on to the questions.
Oh dear.
Thank you, Emily. And then Robert's not getting it again. Why Boy from Monday is in Maggie's film because he's in the other one. He's in the original. He never mind.
He's in the original Princess Bride.
He's in the original Princess Bride. Right then. So questions for Maggie then, please.
Yes, I do. Sorry, I didn't have one, but then it sprang to mind. Sorry. So I think it would be a really cool twist if, when you've come to the end of the film, you have at the very end Peter Falk as Columbo appear to investigate the grandfather's crime of Munchausening everywhere and why an underage boy's in a casino putting sleeper holds on bouncers. Is that something you can see happening?
I do. I think you could do the split screen thing and we'd be able to tell the difference because one's got the moustache and one doesn't. I think it sounds like a brilliant idea and I'm on board.
Amazing. I'll give him a call.
Okay.
My question was actually a cameo related one as well. It's as it's called Back in the Habit. Can we please include the big enthusiastic nun who was also in Hocus Pocus at some point?
Oh,
yeah, I think that's fine.
I can't remember her name, but
his gambling habit.
Sure.
Yeah, but she can come in. She could be like a nanny. Or just like a lady on the bus.
She could be a really out of place croupier who's sort of like comforting people when she's like dealing out blackjack hands, and then she's like, "Here's hoping," getting all sort of next time.
Yeah, I think it's the right range the film needs. I think it needs a little bit of levity, so I think that's a good addition. And
she doesn't get enough work, in my opinion. She's a ray of sunshine.
She's
that woman.
Great.
Well, we'll check her IMDb and see what she's up to.
Nagini, is it? Something like that.
Kathy Nagini.
Kathy Nagini, there you go. She's wonderful.
Yes.
Good on you, Kathy Nagini. We love you.
Yes, that's the snake that Voldemort has.
Shout out. A name will be trending now.
Yeah.
Some of these guessed the secret theme for this evening. You've won a spot prize, Gemma. You won a speedboat.
Chris, this isn't the show where we have a secret theme.
Oh, is it not?
No, that's the other one.
That's Celebrity Shits, that one. Celebrity Shits, I thought we were on. Right, let's keep going. Good, you've asked your questions. Well, I say questions, you just shoved some more of your ideas in. Questions, sorry. It's fine. It seems to be the way it's going tonight. Right then, so Eddie, we're on to you for your sequel, please.
Yes.
I'm going to get you 10 seconds on the clock.
You underestimate how quickly I can speak.
Right, here we go. Use the last 50 seconds. I don't know why that happens. Just the rules of the game. Right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
You've got the minute. I'm only messing. Go, away you go.
So, 5 years later, Prince Humperdinck is back. That's not to say he went anywhere. He's just back in a bad mood. In a dark dungeon lab beneath a tree, two figures pump some bellows and press down on a man's chest. "You are alive!" shouts the prince. "Inconceivable," breathes the assumed corpse. Vizzini, in a rotted zombie form, tells the prince the best way to exact revenge is to kidnap Wesley and Buttercup's daughter, that they named Cow Parsley. The albino, Vizzini, and Humperdinck take the child from the coastal cottage where Wesley and Buttercup now live. Discovering that Cow Parsley is gone, Wesley rushes to a small wooden box, takes out a special shell and throws it in the sea. Out at sea, the dread pirate Roberts, now being played by Inigo, is in the middle of loads of fighting with a sword. As he wins, the sea seemingly spits out a shell. He looks at it and tells Fezzik to set sail for Wesley's cottage. Our friend needs us. The gang is back together, and they need Inigo's blade, Fezzik's strength, and Wesley's mind to protect Cow Parsley and get her back. Adventure ensues.
Okay, cool. I tried to write all that down, but I missed some of that. We'll go over it when we get to voting quite a lot of that. Right, cool. Was she called Cow
Parsley?
Cow Parsley.
That was the daughter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, that's fine.
A stupid name. I thought they'd choose an equally stupid plant name.
Cow Parsley. Right, that's fine. Got it now. Okay. Excellent. Right then, questions for Eddie then, please, Maggie and Natalie.
Yeah, I got one. So how does the undersea shell thing work? Like, does she throw it in and then it's passed via crabs and various sea animals till they get to the boat and it's popped up? Is it magic? How does that work?
I saw it as being one gets thrown in. It's a species of shell. It needs absolute equilibrium. There can only be so many in the sea at any given time. So if they throw one in, one will get spat out into the boat. They keep just one in a little vessel next to the boat.
Okay.
Just spits it back up onto it. So it knows there are too many in, and when that one gets spat out onto the ship, they know that it's a secret calling code that they've given one another. It also works because it's a fairy tale.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah.
You could have saved all that by just going, it's a fairy tale, get over it.
Just been like,
Magical.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, but I hadn't thought of that very easy get-out clause until just then, so that's why I didn't say it.
Always say it's magical. Have you learned nothing on this show so far? Just go,
I know,
magic, innit? Move on.
I know, but they only ever hint at sort of proper magic in this film. So if I was too brazen with the magic, there might not be a precedence for it. See, this is why I'm taking it far too seriously, because I quite enjoy this film. I think it's really fun. And so, you know, if this was Super Mario Brothers or Avatar, I go, yeah, whatever, don't care. You know, but because I like this film, I'm being more sensitive to the canon.
Good.
I've got a question.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it.
So the coastal cottage, what's like the floor plan situation? If you were to see it on Rightmove, what's the layout? Oh, right. Well, you go into a little sort of it's flagstone, sort of a wet room thing, because obviously you'll have been on the beach. There'll be, you know, tracking in the sand and stuff. And then straight away you're in the kitchen, which I always feel is the heart of any given home. So sort of nice timbered roof. There'll be sort of copper pots hanging from the rafters. There's an Arga because, you know, Dread Pirate Robert's got a bit of money, so you know, there's an Arga. There's and that's where they've got the basket for the dogs, because they obviously like it nice and warm there. There'll be a high chair for cow parsley at the table. It's all quite sort of classic oak. Wesley likes to pretend that he chopped down the trees, but he didn't really. It's just a little joke he does for cow parsley. You follow that through into a sort of a lounge area that's sort of, so it's fairly open on the floor, and then a downstairs latrine, and then upstairs you've got a room for just all of the Dread Pirate Roberts sort of the merchandise that he had over the years, and some of his thievings. You've got the master bedroom, you've got the smaller bedroom, and then another one which is actually Buttercup's sort of studio, but they're thinking maybe when the second baby comes along one day that will have to go another one, but they can always make a shed for her stuff. So
sounds nice.
Good.
Wow.
Thatch, obviously Thatch.
I've got a question, Eddie. Did you read the proposed synopsis for the actual sequel that we're going to make?
I didn't know.
Because it's very close to what you have with the daughter there. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
No,
well, the daughter element, they were going to have a daughter getting kidnapped as well. That's why my suspicion.
Really?
Yeah.
It's also very close to Little Mermaid 2.
Yeah. Just remember that.
That one I always rip off, but yeah. Chris, you know I don't do any homework for this apart from watch the film. True. Although I do know one. Do you want my Andre the Giant fact?
Yes.
Yeah.
It depends. If it's a good one, save it for the end of the show. We might need it.
No, do you know what? You're okay. When Andre the Giant was a little boy, well, for that brief 6 months that he was a little boy, when he went to school on the bus, like all the other kids from his, that's not the fact, all the other kids from his village. But do you know who his bus driver was?
Who was the bus driver?
Do you know who the bus driver was who drove Andre the Giant to school? It was Samuel Beckett.
There you go.
Good.
He wrote Waiting for Godot. He wasn't in Quantum Leap, Chris.
No, I know Samuel Beckett is.
Okay.
I actually did a performance of Waiting for Godot, a drama comedy.
And now, because normally whenever I say anything that's slightly more highbrow than picking your own nose, you get all, ooh, you're talking posh again.
I know.
But now you're poncing about like Sir James Bays of acting because you've done some Beckett in your life.
I know. Yeah, good. Right, let's vote. I'm just gonna move on. Okay, I'm not.
I'm tired now.
I know. All right. Okay, let's. It's time to vote. I'm going to give you your recaps. This is going to be a travesty because it was difficult to write all these ones. They seemed longer than the prequels for some reason. Right then, Nat then had Montoya and Fezzik were on the high seas with Buttercup and Wesley. Is that right?
Yeah, they were on the honeymoon.
They're on the honeymoon. Yeah. She dies in a tragic jet ski accident. Then Wes decides he's going to take his pirate title back.
Yeah, goes mad with grief. Remember that?
Yeah, and then there's a big sea battle.
Yeah, because he's picking on the sea creatures. Yeah,
because he's picking on sea creatures. Then they have a massive party and get pissed.
Yeah, after they kill Wesley and defeat him, and
there we go. Lovely. Okay. Thanks for the help. Maggie's was Fred Savage, not the character. Fred Savage. The granddad, basically his granddad's meant to come around and read to him next night, as they said in the movie, but he don't come around. He goes, where's he gone? Where's my granddad? Don't know where he is. So he goes around to his house. He finds a load of red bills. So he's not paid any of his bills. He thinks, oh no, and loads of poker chips lying all over the floor. So that's a little clue. Goes to Vegas. Starts winning on all the stuff using his tricks he learned in the film, like the skills from the book. Sorry, he learned it from the book, not from the film. So he does the cup thing. He strangles a bouncer, and then he finds his granddad. And if I'm not mistaken, he blows the bellows into his granddad to resuscitate him. But then he finds out the granddad Munchausened him all this time through the first film. There was no wrong with him. Is that right?
But so that they would bond. It was to bring.
So it was for a nice reason.
It's still Munchausen.
Munchausening can be for a good reason.
Why did he want him in? Why did he want him in the bed then? And why do you want him ill?
Because he needed to read in the book. He needed him to be ill.
Can you just read it downstairs with him and go, I'm going to read you this? Or do you think you won't have the attention span?
No, because he needed a captive audience. Because he didn't like him squeezing his cheek.
Maybe he could have took him to a drive. All right, yeah.
Don't take it all that's true.
I feel like you're trying to skew the voting, Chris.
No. I wanted it to be clear for the voters. Sorry. Right. Eddie's was 5 years later. Prince Hump comes back. Don't know where he's been. He goes down to use the bellows on Vicini, who's comes back as Vicini, who comes back as the cops. He's a cops. There's a cops. They kidnap the daughter of Butt and Wes. I'm just shortening all the names down. She's called Cow Parcel. She throws a seashell into the sea.
You prick. Cow Parcel.
Oh dear.
Okay,
I have actually wrote parcel. Oh dear. I write some of this without looking. You got to forgive me. Right, she throws a shell into the sea for some reason. Then Pirate Roberts they all join up together and they have a big fight. That's all right. Right, get your votes in. Get your votes in on Facebook. We'll vote in the room as well. Who are we voting for? Oh God.
I want to see Maggie's, so I am
losing the crowd. We're losing them.
I'm going to vote for Maggie's.
Maggie's right.
Sounds like one of the biggest 180 turns in tone from a series of films that there's ever been. So I'd like to see that.
Bit of a surprise twist, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just reading other ones again. I'll vote for Maggie's as well. Then.
I think this time.
I'll tell you what won it for me. The crossover at the end. Forgot about that.
Columbo and Kathy Nagini.
Yeah, that's why I like that one.
That wasn't even me. Natalie should get that vote.
Yeah, but
she came up with that.
No, it's still part of your film.
part of your film, mate.
Yep.
I think,
that's how it works in the rule book.
I think I just can't follow you on the Munchausen story, Maggie. So I'm going to vote for Eddie this time.
Ooh.
I think the inappropriate Munchausen storyline is possibly the worst handling of a psychological incident since any episode of Hollyoaks. And I need to see it. And I need to see it.
Right.
Okay, well, I'm. Do you know what? I'm going to vote for Eddie's because I feel like he really put his heart and soul into it, and he really cared.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
And I like the virtual tour of the coastal property.
Yeah.
Didn't we all? Didn't we all?
I'm like Street View, mate. I'm like Street View.
We all love that. We all love that, especially Roberto. His comment just one more time there. Right, let's have a look at these votes then online. It's 2 for 2 at the moment for Maggie and Eddie. So let's see. Daniel's coming there. Vote for Maggie due to Nat's extra. Oh, it's a bit of credit there for Nat as well, as you said. Very nice. Okay. Let's have a look. Have we got any more votes? Let's have a look. Roberto, I voted Edward Scissorhands because of the votes of Engelbert Humperdinck. May live forever, and I always spit out shelled figure. I think a lot of people don't eat the shell, do they, to most things? I love a big. I love a big crab shell, me.
Yeah.
Bit weird.
Although they do make excellent seafood stock if you are a seafood eater.
Yeah, let's have a look. I'm just looking for the rest of the votes here. I've got to scroll back. Sorry. Is there any more votes coming in from anybody else? It was so long ago, that one that's still there, though. The voice for Nat. Nat's got one there.
Thank you, Bob.
I think Bob's just got that on like Control V on his computer. Just every time Nat says anything, I'll go for that one.
I don't think Gemma's not voted by looks to it, I don't think.
Probably.
Because, it wasn't filthy enough.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, I've got it. I've found it. Got it. It's a difficult one. There you go. Well, that's just clinched it for Maggie because it was 4-3 before that. So, Maggie, you won the second round there, the sequels. Well done. It's everything to play for still this evening. We've got one more round left. Don't forget, if you're on Facebook, keep your comments coming in for the Jurassic Park bit later on. That's going to go down a treat. Let me change my banner. I had to pick Jurassic Park quickly this week because I didn't do it. Anyway, right then. So we're on to the requels. So Maggie, we're going to start with you this time. It's only fair. We started with them two first on the other rounds. So are you ready for your requel? So reboot, reimagination, whatever you need to do with this. Right. I'm going to start the minute. You ready for this? Away you go.
Okay, so the reboot of the Princess Bride is an actual retelling of the story of Kate Middleton's young romantic life. So Kate Middleton is in the Buttercup role, and Kate Middleton's parents have a helium balloon business, but the very last drop of helium is about to run out, and their business will therefore go kaput because it's a finite gas and there isn't so much in the world. So she comes up with a plan to attend St Andrews University, where she learns to talk posh, beats all the other girls at drinking Pimm's and wearing blue, and promises to always wear flesh-coloured tights, which is very important for a princess. She manages to win her love, Prince William. She marries him, thus saving her family from a life of destitution. But on their wedding day, her father comes to her in the church and he gives her the final helium balloon with the final drop of helium in. But as she raises the helium balloon, it says,
Okay.
And that is the end of my Princess Bride story.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
That's
There's literal.
Visual aid there as well, something we've never had on this show. I mean, it could blow everything wide open. We will see.
We've never had anyone involved in primary education on the show before, and as such, arts and crafts don't feature as much in their lives.
Hey, we got our colouring sheets before we started. What more do you want?
That's true.
I made
Yeah,
some lolly sticks today. This is a rainbow.
Oh,
nice.
you see, you could have done that in between rounds. You could have showed us how to make something. It'd have been
And I
good.
painted a little stone. This is a little stone that I painted.
That's very sweet. I like that.
Oh, very nice.
I am delighted.
I just ate loads of cake. That's all I did.
All right, now we know it was your birthday yesterday. Get over it. God,
What was it yesterday?
going on and on all night, all episodes.
What
been
did you
about your
say?
birthday.
Was it my birthday
Isn't it?
yesterday? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
I'm so glad you reminded me. I'd forgotten.
What was your
Anyway.
best present, Nat?
Oh, me. And being here right now.
I gave me the gift of me. I am a gift to myself from myself.
Dear.
You've been reading like what's her name? The Sparking Joy woman who's just like you just held yourself and went, I spark me a lot of joy, I'm keeping
joy.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Right. Moving on from your
Marie
birthday.
Kondo.
I do have questions.
Questions, yes. Questions for
Marie
Maggie.
Kondo.
So, the Queen and Phil, are they in it? And if so, who's playing them?
Phil.
The Queen and Phil.
Phil. Yeah.
So, because it's going to be an American-backed film, the Queen will be played by Catherine
Bruce
Tate.
Willis.
And,
Edward, please.
And Prince Philip will be played by Lenny Henry.
So, two things I'm seeing with that. Catherine Tate being the Queen, love, particularly if she keeps falling into a Frankie Howard impression, which I'm sure the Queen does all the time. Lenny Henry as Phil, probably the best thing I've heard literally all year, seeing as we all know what Phil thinks about people who very
Turn it on
rich
its
and very
head.
white. Yeah, I love it. I love it. He'll be spitting blood. I love that. Perfect.
Right.
Will when we're seeing Kate developing her talents, such as wearing blue, drinking Pimm's better than other girls,
Being popular.
disavowing any knowledge of any type other than flesh tone, etc. How are these going to be presented? Are we having a montage training? Are these going to be sort of like the school, like the classroom scenes in the Harry Potter films? Is it going to be like the Princess Diaries? How are we treating this?
I think it's going to be done as like a silent movie in black and white, and it's going to last for about 3 hours.
Nice. Are we having a pianist or an organist just at the side on a Hammond? I can't think of a reason why that isn't the best way to convey that information. That is perfect.
I think so.
I think that's perfect.
I've got to say, I just noticed there was an extra vote for the last round that came in too late for Eddie. It would have tied things up, but it's too late.
Thank you, Katie.
Katie. Thank you, Katie. Hello, Katie. First time viewer. Thanks for coming in. You came in a bit late and you voted too late. But other than that,
Don't pick on her. She's the first time viewer.
Just saying.
Katie. It's all right, Katie. You're doing great, mate.
Yeah, you're doing wonderful.
We got a suggestion from Roberto there to say maybe Meghan Markle could play the Queen.
Oh, yeah, Roberto.
Training.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah, Roberto, I like that.
That could possibly be the first thing that Roberto suggested on here that would actually make sense. So well done, Roberto.
Well done, Roberto.
I love it.
Well, there you get a point.
Roberto got a point.
I'm going to give him a point. We do give audience points sometimes.
That's true. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Right then, so that was your Requel, Maggie. You've asked your questions, haven't you? Just checking for myself. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, right. Eddie, your turn. I'm going to get you a minute on the clock.
Okay, sure.
Away you go.
Okay, my remake. It's the same story, but it's set today. Not the fantasy story. That's pretty much the same. The framing story of the grandfather and the boy. Pardon me, I get very emotional and gaseous when I talk about this. It's the same, but the grandfather, unfortunately, isn't in the boy's social bubble, which means he can't come round to tell him the story. So he's reduced to texting him it and telling him the story via emojis. There will be some fun bits where he tries to do it via TikTok or FaceTime, but he doesn't trust it and thinks it's very, very silly. So it's mainly where the framing bits will just be an old man using inappropriate emojis to tell the story to his grandson.
Oh, Jesus, that actually sounds like it could happen, the way things are going.
I mean, I did think that it would potentially be a good version of the Emoji film. Certainly a better story than the Emoji film, I imagine. I've not watched it.
I was going to say, have you seen it? Because I've not.
No.
So. Although it did have Patrick Stewart in it playing Pooh, I believe.
It
Sorry,
did.
poop, as they say in the States. Poop.
They do. They love a palindrome when it comes to feces over there. They really, really do.
They do. Right, questions then for Eddie, please.
Yeah, I do. I have. So we all know that emojis have got a very limited repertoire when it comes to conveying any sort of emotion. So we're going to have to, I assume, create new emojis for the film. Do you foresee that? And if so, what new emojis are they going to be?
Oh, well, there'll be some new ones. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, Dread Pirate Roberts, that's quite a lot to be texting out. So that would probably be sort of the sort of do-rag and domino mask. That would be one of them. That would be whenever anyone talks about the Dread Pirate Roberts, because he's got that sort of helmeted, sort of two-part helmet thing. I imagine the poison will just be Australia next to the sort of green ill face one, because it's an Australian poison when they're talking about poisoning like that. And I think Buttercup, they'll just put a glass of water for the blandest character.
Yeah.
In the film.
Yeah.
Look at her. She cares, doesn't she? Oh, look, there's a big rat. I will move backwards then.
That's a bit harsh. I know.
Oh, wait till I get to my Requel, mate.
Oh my God. I mean,
to be honest,
all right, I'll let you wait till you.
To be fair, the director accepted that performance, so they must have thought it was good. But it wasn't
a first film, you know. It was a.
It's not the acting. It's not the acting I have a problem with. It's not the acting I have a problem with.
No, the character is bland as a glass of water. It's similar to the lady in The Shining, just not given anything to do.
Screamy lady.
Yeah.
Poor Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall.
Olive oil.
Yeah. At least she's given something to do in Popeye. She's basically just be terrified of the man who's been bothering you for 9 months. That's basically.
Do you mean the director?
Well, the director and Jack Nicholson.
True story.
Yeah.
Anyway,
absolutely. But I'd just like to point out that Princess Bride holds up better than a lot of 80s films for me, because it isn't just all children going like a lot of 80s films are, and it's obnoxious.
Eddie hates the Goonies. Anyway,
so I don't hate it. It's just shouting.
Was that a question that was answered?
Yes, thank you. Adequately.
Thanks, Nat.
Maggie, have you got a question for Eddie?
Yeah. In your reboot, so the boy and the granddad are separate, so they don't hang out. What's like the decor like in the little boy's bedroom?
He is very fond of esports now because it's modern. So he's got like Fortnite stuff, and there's something else, something League. I can't remember, but so there's just sort of lots of posters of esports and stuff like that.
This film does not sound like it's going to date quickly at all.
Something League.
Yeah, it's like football but with cars. There's something.
I met a little boy on the beach.
Rocket League. Thank you, Chris.
Is that what it's called? I think it's called that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's called Rocket League. Yes. No, it's going to date very, very badly, but that's what happens when you base a film around emojis. Apparently, and I already knew that because someone tried it and it dated really, really badly. But I thought there would be, there's the social bubble and stuff. I thought maybe if we try and update some classics by putting them in this scenario, we won't miss the idea of, you know, like any time anyone shakes someone's hand or, you know, is within 2 foot of them or something. So yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Wow.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Go for that.
I kind of wanted
You know
to
what?
go, no.
We've only ever had
Carry
the
on.
politest people on this show, because you've always said, does that answer your question? And people have always gone, oh, yes, yes, yes.
Well, thanks to Eddie, we've passed the watershed, so you can swear properly now if you want.
It was a lovely answer, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
It was lovely, that. Now it's your turn. It's time for Nat's Requel. Yeah, I know, we're still going. Can't believe it. Right, put your minute on the clock. Keep those Jurassic Park suggestions flying in on Facebook. Right, a minute on the clock now. Where you go.
Okay, so I want to keep the film pretty much as it is. I really enjoy it. I think there's some really lovely moments in it. The only thing I'm going to change is Buttercup. So who on earth, why would you create this drip of a character who just flops around being all like, I'm so in love? And then the person she's allegedly in love with in a fire swamp is literally being eaten by a giant rat of enormous size. And she just stands there with a big stick going, then falls over, so it starts biting her foot. Like, really, honestly, you should have stayed in the quicksand. You're doing my head in. And then she just flops around the castle, being all like, no, Wesley will come for me, not making any sort of move to rescue herself or get out of the damn place. And then what does she do when he's in bed, all like half paralyzed, and the prince comes in and he can't really move? She don't like pick up a chair and start throwing it at him. No, she just sits there being all like, no, not paralyzed. I just can't stand her. Can we please get a girl and rewrite the part so she's actually got a little bit of a backbone and potentially saves herself instead of just wandering around going, I'm just going to kill myself. That's my rant done. I'm sorry. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
All right, that was okay.
I just felt like I needed to get that out. Thank you.
Obviously, there's one burning question then. Who would you cast in the? Oh, it's not really casting, is it? Who would you get to maybe write the film? I'm going to have a question for this one.
I
We're
think
going.
that,
Why do you get Tarantino right or somebody?
You know, Tarantino maybe.
Tarantino writes some really good women characters. Oh yeah.
If you just want fighting, we could maybe get Tarantino, just guns. I think the people who wrote the Hunger Games films, potentially, lots of strong women backed into a corner, just being ace. Like, maybe let's have one of them. You know, anybody. My 7-year-old niece could have written a better girl part than that. Yeah, let's get Serena, my 7-year-old niece, to write it. And there's probably more fairies as well.
Whoever wrote the screenplay for Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, right there.
All right.
You got Furiosa and the wives.
Punch in the face.
Let's get to the question.
We need Wesley in that
All right,
case.
Nat, calm it. Jesus. Okay, I mean, you know.
You asked for a requel.
I know, I did. I know, I got one.
You asked for a requel. You got a requel.
You're causing
You got a requel with a side in a requel.
Causing Facebook to explode because of your.
Thank you,
your
Emily. Absolutely.
There. Right, questions then for Nat, please, if you've got any.
I liked it. I just wish there was more helium balloons in it.
I mean, we can potentially put helium balloons in if you want them. Maybe that could be sort of the comic bit. Could be them like sucking the helium out and doing part of the script with the helium voice.
That'd be
Maybe
good.
we could do that.
No, but seriously, it is a massive letdown of the real film. It is ridiculous because I kept watching it thinking, oh, she'll start being a badass soon. They're gonna like lull us into a false sense of security, and then she's gonna save the day. And it's amazing, really, that it is so embraced and so loved, because it is a massive flaw. Massive.
Yeah. But I also when I watched it again, again today, this morning, and I must say, there's that bit where he meets her for the first time again, isn't there? And he's an absolute dick. So it's not even that good on his character's written pretty poorly as well, I think, that bit where they go, he's like asking her and like being suspicious, like, what if they've just met after all that time, you wouldn't act like that, surely.
And,
Yeah.
It was very weird.
And he's fully aware, and he's like, "Oh, that boy, yeah, killed him."
Yeah, it was very
And also
weird.
it's like, women know their place where I've come from, and women stay silent where I come from, and threatens to hit her. I'm like,
that bit as well.
That bit's awful.
Yeah, it's like,
then the only bit of backbone she gets is pushing him down the ravine. So she pushes him down the ravine, and I'm like, yeah, he deserved that. And then all he has to say was, and then she's like, oh, it's him.
As you wish.
Throws herself down after him.
And then they're flinging themselves down the hill like the Gloucester Cheese Rolling Festival, which is amazing.
It was very Monty Python, that bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. I also like the fact that you can clearly tell the you get a proper good look at the face of the stuntman in Peacock's dress. Yeah. It's like really clearly this big guy called Keith. Just in a wig and a red dress.
Can we do it again? Can we do it again, Keith? No, I've done one.
No, I'm knackered. I'm knackered.
We saw your face. We saw your face and your hair. I bet they weren't going to have his mask pop off either until he got to the bottom, and because it came off on stunt, they were like, "Oh God, we've got to do it."
Yeah,
but that was
brilliant.
Weird. Any more questions for Nat?
Not really, because Nat's changing one thing, and that's about it. So I don't really have a question to follow with. I think I enjoyed the conversation about it.
Good. Yeah, lovely. Okay, right. It's time to vote then. So, I'll give you a recap because this was quite a long section, this one. Right, here we go then. So, Requels. Maggie's was basically retelling of the story, but with Kate Middleton as Buttercup instead. She's in a father runs a helium balloon business. Is that correct, Animal, as well? And they're running out of helium balloons. They've only got one left, a little bit. So a plan is she goes to St Andrew's Uni, learns how to be posh and be a princess. Then she marries Willie through a load of hilarious scrapes. That means I can rhyme down fast enough. She marries William, and then a father in church gives her the final helium balloon, and it says the end on it. Is that right?
No, but it's got question mark.
Sorry, the end. There you go. Question mark. Yep. Good.
Yeah, Chris, don't you know sequel fodder when you read it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Right. Okay. Was it a father that gave her the balloon in the end then?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Just checking.
He knows something.
He knows. Oh, right. Got it. Eddie's was remake the same story but set today, but it's with social distancing, so Grandpa's not in his bubble, so he has to text, email, TikTok, every way of social media he can do to get the story told to the kid who's in bed. Has he got COVID? We don't know. We should have asked that.
If I put the boy on a ventilator, I think that would be slightly less tasteful than even I'm comfortable with.
You'd be able to enter in a lot of film festivals, though.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
And
yeah,
you'd win a BAFTA. So,
do it. Fuck that kid's lungs up right now.
Yeah, have a think about that. You might win a BAFTA. And at the end, when he says, what does he say? As you wish. He says, as you wish, and then he just hears a.
Oh, oh, mate. Ow.
But then he pushes down on the kid's chest, and he just goes.
Yeah, and then he gets a bellow. And gets a bellow. No, anyway, right. Okay. Nats was sorry, I forgot it's the recaps. Nats was as it is, but Buttercup. After Nat went on a big rant about Buttercup being a terribly written character, would be betterly written.
Betterly written.
Not by you.
Betterly written by me. They get better together. Yeah, I'll write it for you, Nat. Then they do kissing in the woods. Then they love each other lots.
One day, Princess and Man are romantic. The end. Chris paid now, thanks.
£10 for that screenplay. Right, okay, so it's time to vote. Let's vote. Vote online, and we'll do that in a sec. Let's vote in the room, though. What do we think?
I'm going to vote for Maggie.
I'm going to vote for Nat because, yeah, Buttercup is the link that is the weakest.
I'm going to vote for Nats because I think it's the most realistic option, and I like it, and it needs to be done.
I'm going to vote for that as well because I think that's why I've never really enjoyed the film as much as you could do because of the weird inconsistencies with the characters. So yeah, I'm going to vote for that as well. There's some weird stuff in it. I wonder if a lot got cut out of that middle section, but maybe not. I don't know. We'd never know. So let's have a look at the votes online here. Favour for the prop there. Look, going with Maggie using props. Told you the props was a good idea. I think we should have Contender in it too. He won't sweat on the hotline. It's true. He'd be very good. Well, he's a very good actor as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
I didn't know her.
Well, the thing is, you'll have all of the makeup artists, but with really long brushes, so they're not too close to him. We're like, he doesn't need anything. No shine.
I forgot to say allegedly. Whenever we talk about the Royals, we've got to say allegedly.
Oh, come on, mate. He clearly did it, the dirty nonce.
Allegedly.
Oh.
Hey, we don't want to throw the case out for him. Let's have a look. Daniel saying votes for Nats. There we go.
Daniel.
Oh, it's getting close now. It's getting
nice
close.
little passag PS on the end there for the succinctness. Thank you.
A vote.
You're right.
Social bubble emoji Requel. Yeah, very good. Hang on. I must have messed up that now. No, I haven't. Got it. Couldn't find name. It's neck and neck at the moment. Oh my God. Is this from earlier?
Thank you, Katie.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God, this is the closest round we've ever had. I just realised I've been putting the votes in the wrong bit. I'm not joking either. I've just put them in
longer.
Wait a minute, I'm going to have to re-look at this. Oh God. I've just been putting them votes online. I can do it. It's all right. Let's just go back a bit. I've been putting them in the sequel bit by accident, even though it's clearly marked.
Don't worry, Gemma, don't worry.
Maggie got that there. So it's not as close as I thought it was. Vote for Maggie there, Roberto. Oh, it's getting close now. It's close now. It's all right. It's getting close. Here we go. I'll just double check these. I've got that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's neck and neck. Did I get that one down there? No, I didn't. Hang on. Oh, Jesus! This is because of my suggestion. That's a new one, isn't it? That's it. Well, we've got a tiebreak. We've got a tiebreak situation. We've both Maggie and Nat are on 5 each by my calculations. They're probably wrong.
Wow.
Now I've done it like that. So what do we do in a tie? I'm going to have to make you joint winners of that round because I can't do anything else because I did this once before and I just decided myself who I thought should win and it went crazy. I mean,
the problem is that you already have a vote. That's the drawback.
Yeah, the internet blew up when I did that. It was you and Kim Kardashian's bum. They were the two things that broke the internet, Chris. It was trending. Well, as Maggie's our guest tonight, maybe we should give the win to Maggie. Maybe that would make sense.
I have no issue with that.
Fine.
All right, you've not won. You're both joint winners. Well done. Deal with it. You actually are both joint winners because Nat won the first round and Maggie won the second round, so that would make you joint winners won it anyway. So yeah, so there you go. So well done both of you two, and commiserations to Eddie there. Poor old Eddie. He'll win one week. Oh yeah, did you win last week? Let's have a quick recap.
No,
you didn't. No,
fairly recent.
No, and you didn't win one before either. Or the one before that. Oh, I'm not going back any further. Can't do that to you.
That's just cruel, Christopher.
You'll win one. We'll pick a film for you next week. What film would you like, Eddie?
The Warriors.
No. Nobody's seen it at all.
Oh, it's the Warriors, that New Zealand one.
No, that was We Were Warriors. It's a fighting film from the 70s.
Yeah. Getting some lovely
Thanks, Gemma.
Right, let's go on very quickly.
For a chain gang.
That's the end of that, but let's go to our audience suggestions now. Let's see if we've got any Jurassic Park titles. We are running a bit behind tonight, a bit later, but we'll do this very quick then. Let's see if we've got any quickly. Might be even quicker. Jurassic Park, post-apocalypse, Rise of the Mammals. Can anybody do anything with that? We'll just throw it open to all of you if you can think of what would.
Is this
happen
like
there.
when we're talking post-apocalypse? Is this after the meteor that knocked out the dinosaurs, so the mammals are rising after that, or is there another apocalypse that's killed us all and the mammals come back? Like, we need clarification.
What they can do is they can find a piece of the meteor that killed the dinosaurs in some amber, go into space, and then make the full-size one, and then chuck it back at the Earth, and then that'll be good.
Would the mammals be doing that to get rid of the humans so that they could rise?
Well, yeah, it's basically mammoths and saber-toothed tigers are getting together going, we can't do it while the lizards are still around. We'll have to lob a rock at the Earth, and then we'll eat Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, I mean, he asked for it.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, you've got clarification here as well.
Oh,
yes,
thank you, Emily.
Yeah, thank you, Emily, for that. Did you want to add else to that, Maggie, or?
No, it sounded good.
I don't want to add out either to that. It sounded good, that. Katie Parkin has said Jurassic Park, The Last Claw, Jurassic Munch, Jurassic Park, Raptors Return.
Wow.
That's two different ones. Jurassic Park, The Last Claw, Jurassic Munch, Jurassic Park, Raptors Return. The Last Claw, what could that be then? Last Claw.
Like, you always think of Velociraptors when you think of claws, though, don't you? It's like they're playing the piano there. Yeah. So
we've got improv legends here with these.
Well, because I'm still on Raptors Return because that struck me as I imagine that should be where they have another Jurassic Park situation where they go, oh no, this time the dinosaur park will be fine. Oh, it's not. Well, they do. They release a bunch of raptors to take down all the other ones because they'll swarm on them like ants, just proper tearing them apart.
I like the idea of Jurassic Munch. I think Jurassic Munch could be like the raptors have become quite, like, you know, they're quite sentient and communicative. So like they open like their own like drive-through fast food restaurant.
Nice.
And you always get like a little dinosaur in your Happy Meal.
So get them working basically in society.
Yeah.
About time.
Why did I read that all as one thing instead of three things? I'm an idiot. Why did I go Jurassic Park, The Last Claw, Jurassic Munch, Jurassic Park? It's obviously three different titles, isn't it? Just
the Jurassic Munch. I like the idea of 2 more Bronto burgers and get more onions out the freezer. You know, it'll be that kind of exciting thing. You know?
Out of all these suggestions, I'd go see that one the most.
Thank you for that, Katie. Wait a minute, it's not over yet. It's not over.
I want to see prehistoric creatures embracing commerce. That's what I want to see.
Jurassic Park. Imagine a world. That sounds like trailer voice, man. Doesn't it? Imagine a world where electricians have gone feral. And
oh my God. Like there's just like all these low slung genes. There's just like, you don't know they're there until you catch like the bum crack just like in your kitchen.
They're all there laughing about the type of resistors other electricians have put on LEDs and stuff.
Well, speaking of LEDs, Gemma does some fantastic LED displays, as we know.
That's true. Gemma is an electrical engineer, so would know all about this.
Hats and belts.
Gemma, is that what you actually want? You just want to be in charge of all of these feral electricians as their sparkling, glowy leader?
Would they have tasers?
They could whip up a taser.
Yeah, they would like just tase you if they thought that your wiring was shoddy. This is shoddy wiring, like things like that.
I mean, it's because of electricians that you can make a small device to kill a computer by using the flash from a disposable camera. And yes, Gemma does, of course.
Good. We've got a couple of minutes. So I don't think we've got any other Jurassic Park. We've got Jurassic Park 12.
Yes, you did. Roberto did. He got a point.
He only got one point.
He did come third.
Yeah,
you beat Eddie tonight. Well done, Roberto. You beat Eddie tonight.
No, because Nat and Maggie were the same. They won. They came first together.
You'll get your chance, Eddie, to shine. Don't you worry. One day, you'll get your chance.
I have been writing down my ideas on these little cards, right? I've been doing it properly.
It's got lovely handwriting. Anyway,
I have been doing it properly, like it is homework, right?
as we leave Eddie talking.
And my mummy said they were all very good and that I was a very clever boy for writing them. So maybe you're the one who is stupid now.
That's right. This is how we deal with him when he's like this. We just move
He
on.
gets like this sometimes.
Just nod. Just go, yes.
Yeah.
Right, we've come to the end of the show, believe it or not. We've got about 20 seconds. Let's do some plugging. Maggie, have you got anything to plug at all before we go? Any online content, any teaching, any...
You could start with a yes, a like, and just, yeah, but I've gone a bit lax during lockdown, I've got to say.
Start with a yes, then. Is Maggie's improvisation company. You've got web pages, you got a website?
Yeah.
No, go, yes, I have. Tell us, what's your website?
Yes, I have. No, it's fine, it's fine. Give it a like on Facebook if you like.
Like on Facebook page. They do a load of great improv with a load of people, and they do teaching, and they do shows. When we're all back out of lockdown, they'll be doing all that. You work with loads of improvisations all around the world.
Oh yeah, Comedy Sports, Murder Inc. Look, give them a
Comedy
like
Sports,
on Facebook. That'd be nice.
Murder Inc. Get them liked as well. We know a lot of people.
Managed. Look up Mischief Managed as well. I'm in a lot.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. That's good that you're doing all that. That's good. You're in all this stuff. So all those improv things that Maggie just mentioned, get them liked on Facebook. Very nice. Good work, everybody doing. We know a lot of the people involved in all them, so that's cool. Nat, have you got anything to plug?
Nah, I just do the stuff you do, so I'll let you plug it. Other than the 50% off bath bombs for the next 5 seconds, which I'm assuming you've got a banner for.
I don't think I've actually. I think I got rid of.
This is the first week when you haven't done it.
And it's gone. It's gone. I'm afraid you missed out there on that offer. Eddie, have you got anything to plug? I know you have, so we'll let you.
Yeah.
Let you go.
Those 5 seconds are getting shorter and shorter. Yes. The IC News podcast, which you might hear Chris or myself on any given week, done by our friend Sam Gore. That's really, really fun. The Fire Breathing Kittens podcast, which is a family-friendly 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons podcast, so lots of fantasy, exciting adventures. I'm going to be on one of the episodes released in the next couple of weeks. And also on Wednesday, we have got our panel show, Popped Culture, where I am in charge and Chris is just one of the contestants. So we'll see how much fun that is this week then. We've got
a lot of fun, actually. I enjoy doing it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I like this one too. I like the dynamic. Yeah.
Right. Other than that,
we've got Sam Gore and Sam Mays as guests, and and that's lots of fun. So that is on my page, Eddie French, and you can.
And that's Wednesday night. That's Wednesday night.
That's Wednesday night. Starting Wednesday night live at 8:00.
Lovely. Well, as usual, we'll be back next Sunday for this show. We haven't picked a movie yet. We'll do that in the week and let you know what that is. We'll be back. First of all, thank you so much to our special guest, Maggie Nolan, coming in tonight. Give her a round of applause. Thank you very much. We'd love to have you back, but we'd love to have you back on sometime. I'm sure you won't want to, though. We'll discuss that. You don't have to answer now. You don't have to answer now. Don't answer now.
We understand why not, but yeah.
I had a lovely time. It was great. Yeah. Thank you.
Jade said she wanted to come back on, and then she never accepted my calls. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. We'll get Jade back on as well. That'll be cool. So, no, thanks a lot. Thanks to these guys, obviously, as always. Thanks to you on Facebook for watching, sticking around with us. Thank you so much for joining in. We love having you here on a Sunday night. A bit of fun, hopefully, for everybody to come on here and do this. So, that's it. Thank you very much. Let's all wave. Good night. We'll see you again next time.
Thank you.
Next Sunday, 8:00. Thank you very much.